coming back more to shame, apart from speaking out loud and writing and even screaming if it's necessary, they should learn to talk to other people what they feel about. And because most people don't do it, and what you were saying was very important. I was thinking just before our conversation how different it is also for women and men to get through trauma.
Right.
Because women tend to find more safe spaces for this. They look
Right.
for this. I bet most people in this conversation, like watching this live, are women. If there's
Right.
a man here, please let us know. We would
I
be
just
happy, really.
I just said hi to my friend who's a man, but like you're absolutely right. In fact, 85% of my audience is women, and it's normal.
85% of my audience is women as well. So
Right.
because of this, men have so much inside. They don't talk about it.
Right.
They feel that being vulnerable is being weak, which is completely the opposite, right? Being vulnerable is being brave. It's just
Right.
putting yourself out there without even knowing the outcome. So that's bravery for sure.
Yeah.
And and yeah, so talking about it, and
So when you say talking about it, would you say that for them, because I have one of my former students also on here who I love, and he's also he was just talking about, like, his name is Tommy, and he's amazing. He went through the gauntlet, really powerful. But in predominantly, like I said, it's cultural and societal for men to not first have and express emotions, right, or have a safe space to express emotions. But I don't even think it's about expressing the emotions. And I keep coming back to this word. Maybe it's something that's coming more to me right now because I'm in the current place of like working and teaching people about heavy amount of judgment and how that judgment is somebody else's wounds that they're putting onto you, they're projecting onto you, right? Because anybody who truly loved themselves would be able to love you just as you are, would be able to see everything that you've done and understand that there was probably a reason for it, or something happened at that point that pushed you, or maybe there was an influence, or there was a wound. But if I'm judging you for it, it's because I'm judging myself somewhere inside. So do you think that one of the biggest wounds to men not having a safe space to talk about their own trauma is actually other men who don't have a safe space or have created a safe space for themselves? So like fathers, grandfathers, priests, political leaders, societal leaders, people who tell boys when they're growing up that it is not safe to have emotions or feel emotions. It is not safe to just like be expressive or ask for what you want. And therefore men grow up with this idea that like there's no space for me to actually feel, to process, or to release, right?
definitely, for sure. That's the role of society on this is very strong, and I'm glad to see that nowadays there are some movements around this about
Yeah.
allowing men to talk. And for example, just
Right.
Tony is doing an amazing, like,
Mm-hmm.
inviting
Right.
men or leaders or like men you would admire, men that other men admire,
Right.
break down in
Right.
tears during the conversation.
Right.
That's inspirational. And I just had
Right.
in my last retreat, just 2 out of 25.
Wow. Right.
Something. And it was so beautiful to see them crying and being vulnerable, saying things, and they both said, we would never talk about the things we just shared on this retreat with other men. Like, we
Yeah.
don't have that. We cannot talk about that with our friends. And it's so
Right. Or
sad.
fathers or
Yes. And one of the last things that I wanted to say about healing shame, you talked about how important it is to love yourself and to accept all the parts. You cannot love yourself if you only love the good parts.
right.
You have to love the whole thing, your shadows and your light. And
Yeah.
forgiveness is a big thing on letting go shame.
Right.
Apart from accepting, saying, being able to recognize what caused you shame, what's the root cause, then okay, forgive yourself. Forgive
Right.
yourself, because it's what you did in that moment with the tools that you had, it's just perfect. Everything is perfect. There is nothing that should have been different ever.
Right.
Hey, and welcome to the Inner Yats YouTube page. If you like our content, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so that you get more of these amazing videos that keep coming your way.